Hi, Rob Griffith here with a few tips of how to prepare your house to put it on the market. Today we're going to talk about the exterior of your house. And I want you to stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to give you a little bonus at the end. I'm going to explain how doing these things is actually going to save you money in the long run. So please stick around to the end. I'll go as quickly as I can. These are the major items you want to hit. Curb appeal. You want to make sure your front yard is looking really good. So if you need to add a little bit of color, plant a few little flowers, fill maybe a pot with some flowers, put it up by the front porch. If you've got room on your front porch for a little grouping of furniture, that always looks nice. And then a brand new welcome mat is always nice to spruce up the front of your house. But just make sure the front door area is very clean and that everything looks very presentable from the front. That's going to be your first impression. You only get one chance at a first impression. That's the biggest deal, is the curb appeal. The next thing is power washing. A lot of people don't think about it, but rather than having to paint your whole house, a lot of times it just needs a good wash, a good scrub down. Power washing is an option, but as always with something like that, test an area first that's not visible because you might damage the siding. If you find that the power washing is too powerful, you can always hand wash. You can scrub it, you can use one of those car washer hose attachments. There's many different ways you can do it, but 9 times out of 10 your house really just needs a good wash down as opposed to a whole paint job. Don't forget your windows. Very important to have clean windows, clean screens. In fact, I'm a big believer in just removing your screens when you put your house on the market. It makes the windows nice and clear, and when people are inside they can see out to the yard and it just doesn't obstruct their view. Keeps everything looking very clean and nice, but make sure your windows are nice and clean. Look over all of your exterior trim, your finishings. Make sure that nothing's loose. Be sure to replace any rotted wood. Tighten up anything that's loose, any doorknobs, any light fixtures, anything that's on the exterior of your house. Just make sure it's looking its best. Make sure the doorbell works. That's something people don't think about, but it's important that the doorbell work. It's going to get called out on the inspection. If it doesn't, you might as well fix it. Organize and sweep out your garage if you can. I realize sometimes you're storing some things in your garage, but the neatest that you can make it, the better. People do like to look at the garage, and they're going to want to see it looking clean and organized. You want to make it look like there's a lot of room in there. That's the main goal, and that you can fit a car in there. Make sure you can fit at least one car in your garage. I think that's pretty important to most buyers. Clean out your gutters. I don't necessarily recommend getting up on the ladder and doing it yourself, but there's any number of different services you can hire. You can Google it. Find somebody to clean out your gutters. That's going to get called out on an inspection too, and it doesn't cost much money. It's just nice to have that done. I did mention already sprucing up the entry. Also spruce up the back. If you've got a deck, if you've got a porch, anything in the back, whether it needs power washing, sprucing up, and put a new welcome mat on the back as well. And now for that bonus that I told you about. Here's my way of thinking. When you have a buyer who gets an inspection, they're gonna think that all these little things that you have not done to your house are gonna cost a lot more than they actually do. As an example, it might cost you a couple $1,000s to fix all the rotted wood, clean your gutters, wash your windows, all the things we talked about. Let's say it costs $2,000. It's probably going to be less than that. But if you wait and just say, we're selling it as is, a buyer's going to come forward after an inspection and they're going to start asking for like $8,000 for these same items. And you're going to have to negotiate, and you might end up negotiating for more money than what it would have cost you to just do it in the first place. And again, it's about the first impression. You've got to make a good first impression, and you only get one chance to do that. So I hope this has been helpful, and I'll be back with some tips of how to prepare the interior of your home.